Solar Orbiter launches on historic mission to study the Sun's poles. Cape Canaveral, Florida, the European-built Solar Orbiter spacecraft is officially on its way to the Sun. The 3,790 pounds, 1,800 kilograms, spacecraft lifted off atop the United Launch Alliance, ULA, Atlas V rocket, rising off a pad at Space Launch Complex 41 here at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station on Sunday, February 9, at 11:03 p.m. EST. 04:03 GMT on February 10. The veteran launcher flew in a unique configuration featuring a 13-foot wide, 4 meters, fairing and a single solid rocket booster. Solar Orbiter separated from the rocket as planned 53 minutes after liftoff. And, a few minutes later, the mission team had established communications with the spacecraft. So this launch, the first of the year for ULA, seemed to go swimmingly. Fairing of the U.S. Atlas V-411 rocket with the European Space Agency's Solar Orbiter spacecraft inside at the Astrotech Payload Processing Facility near Kennedy Space Center in Florida during launch preparations, on January 21, 2020. Image credit, S. Corvaja ESA. Solar Orbiter is a collaboration between the European Space Agency, ESA, and NASA. The mission is expected to return unprecedented data and images, as well as our first views of the Sun's polar regions, and the team of people behind it are thrilled. Whenever you launch something, it's incredibly exciting, Gunter Hosinger, ESA's Director of Science, told Space.com. The biggest relief comes when you see the light from the rocket and then when the sound waves hit you. This mission is such a treasure and important to science, we all want it to go well, he added. The European Space Agency's Solar Orbiter will take the first ever direct images of the Sun's poles. Image credit, spacecraft, ESA/A.T.G. Media Lab, Sun, NASA/SDO/P. Testa, CFA. Scientists first proposed this mission over 2 decades ago, in 1999. ESA officials originally planned for the mission to launch sometime between 2008 and 2013. However, technical difficulties and some mission reshuffling ultimately delayed the launch to 2020. The thermal protection system for the spacecraft has been one of a few challenges, said Cesar Garcia, Solar Orbiter project manager at ESA. Over the years, technology developments have enabled the team to better protect the spacecraft and its suite of ultra-sensitive instruments. To stay cool, the craft has a 324-pound, 150 kilograms, heat shield, which is built to withstand temperatures up to 970 degrees Fahrenheit, 520 degrees Celsius, Hasin said. Solar Orbiter will go into this region that is about as hot as a pizza oven, he said. It has a very intricate heat shield that is keeping it safe from sun, with these little peepholes that open when we want to look at the sun, but then close because the instruments are so sensitive. The heat shield resembles a sandwich, made up of many layers of titanium foil. And that foil is coated with a special material called solar black. This infographic depicts Solar Orbiter's suite of 10 science instruments that will study the sun. There are 2 types, in situ and remote sensing. The in situ instruments measure the conditions around the spacecraft itself. The remote sensing instruments measure what is happening at large distances away. Image credit, S. Poletti ESA. ESA is leading the Solar Orbiter mission, with NASA paying for the launch vehicle and one of the 10 instruments on board. NASA's total monetary contribution to the mission is roughly $386 million. With ESA contributing $877 million out of a grand total cost of around $1.5 billion. Garcia told Space.com that the participating research institutions and universities were not required to disclose how much each of the individual instruments cost. Solar Orbiter was designed to study the sun up close. Its main goal is to answer the question, how does the sun create and control the heliosphere? The huge protective bubble that surrounds our solar system, and why does that bubble change over time? Scientists believe the key to answering that question lies in the Sun's polar regions. Solar Orbiter will be the first spacecraft to image this enigmatic region. We believe this area holds the keys to unraveling the mysteries of the Sun's activity cycle, Daniel Mulla, ESA's Solar Orbiter project scientist, told Space.com. The Sun's magnetic field causes all the effects we see, he added. Solar Orbiter will connect what's going on at the Sun with what's happening out in the heliosphere in unprecedented detail, mission team members have said. The probe's measurements will help establish a cause-and-effect relationship to what happens on the Sun and what we observe in the near-Earth environment, Sam Solanki, director of the Max Planck Institute for Solar System Research in Germany, told Space.com. It's a wonderful complement to the Parker Solar Probe, which takes in situ measures but cannot see the whole picture, Solanki said, referring to a record-breaking NASA probe that launched in August 2018. Of the Sun's activity cycle, Daniel Mulla, ESA's Solar Orbiter project scientist, told Space.com. The Sun's magnetic field causes all the effects we see, he added. Solar Orbiter will connect what's going on at the Sun with what's happening out in the heliosphere in unprecedented detail, mission team members have said. The probe's measurements will help establish a cause-and-effect relationship to what happens on the Sun and what we observe in the near-Earth environment, Sam Solanki, director of the Max Planck Institute for Solar System Research in Germany, told Space.com. It's a wonderful complement to the Parker Solar Probe, which takes in situ measures but cannot see the whole picture, Solanki said, referring to a record-breaking NASA probe that launched in August 2018. Gravity assist maneuvers at Earth and Venus will enable the Solar Orbiter spacecraft to change inclination to observe the Sun from different perspectives. During the initial cruise phase, which lasts until November 2021, Solar Orbiter will perform 2 gravity assist maneuvers around Venus and 1 around Earth to alter the spacecraft's trajectory, guiding it towards the innermost regions of the solar system. The first close solar pass will take place in 2022 at around a third of Earth's distance from the Sun. Image credit, Spoletti ESA. The first good look at the Sun's poles won't come until 2025, when Solar Orbiter will reach a trajectory of 17 degrees above the ecliptic plane, where the Earth and the rest of the planets orbit. The spacecraft will achieve this vantage point via gravity assist flybys of Venus, which will boost its inclination. Solar Orbiter's steepest viewpoint, 33 degrees above the ecliptic, won't come until 2029. When the spacecraft will be well into an expected extended mission, which would start in December 2026. That angle will provide the best images of the Sun's polar regions, although throughout the mission, the spacecraft will beam back unprecedented data about these never-before-seen regions. But for now, Solar Orbiter will cruise toward the Sun, completing a few passes of Venus on its way to study our star up close. Preliminary science measurements are expected as early as May, with full science operations commencing in November 2021 when the craft's imagers come online. Thanks for watching.